Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Today, on our Getting into Nullsec series, we will be talking about advanced battlecruisers and advanced battleships, and looking at really kind of their effects in Nullsec and really what they kind of do. We're going to do a quick overview with these. Anywho, we're looking at Amar again. We'll actually look at most of the command ships because they all fill their niche, like I said in our last episode. So, we are looking at the Absolution, the Damnation. All the factions have two setups. Differences are... I mean, you can look here in Mar. This one's shooting energy turrets, this one's shooting missiles. And I guess here, 10% bonus to ship armor hit points. That's great. I mean, the Damnations are great for their tank. I mean, in groups we have used them as to take aggro and take all the most of the DPS when running really hard anomalies in Nullsec, where you're looking at several thousand DPS coming inbound. So we have lodges on them. That's all small gang stuff. But these ships are... They are small gang or fleet. We've used them in small gang. I haven't had too much experience flying in fleets, but they're completely applicable in fleets. They're one of the few ships that can fly multiple warfare links simultaneously is their big bonus they get. Also, like having them in fleet and having them as a set booster, you get extra armor and you get extra targeting speed for these anyway. If you're into the Caldari over here, you have Siege Warfare, which is maximum shield hit points. So your shields, you have more shields when these guys are set to boost the fleet. Also, targeting speed here. Get down to the Glante, you have higher armor with Armored Warfare, and Skirmish Warfare, which is 20% bonus, Skirmish Warfare, required 4, Interdiction, Invasive, Rapid Deployment. Yes, these are speed, if I recall correctly. Fully dedicated systems increases speed of the afterburner mech warp drive modules. That's rapid deployment. The other ones, these are armor and speed. Skirmish warfare will be a speed thing you will find here. Minmatar, you see the siege warfare is back again. We got shield and speed, as opposed to the Caldars, which is shield and kind of targeting speed. Information warfare does a couple different things, but targeting speed is one of them. And so you got shield and targeting speed, armor and targeting speed, armor and speed, and shield and speed for all the different races. Like I said, they all fill their own niches. So these are the command ships. They're really only used small gang and fleets. And now we're going to go ahead and start to look at the battleships and their advanced variants. Now these, as you can see, getting over here to the advanced battlecruisers, going back for a second, 250-ish million ISK. They are expensive. Then we take a whole new level when we jump up to the advanced battleships. We're going to start with a PvE ship. We're going to start with the Martyr, then we'll move into the Black Ops, the PvP ship. The Amar Martyr is the Paladin. It sells for 1.1 billion ISK. We'll double check that. Look inside. About a billion. Most of them are right about a billion ISK is where they sit. That's not a small amount of ISK. These ships have incredible tanks. They can absorb tremendous amounts of damage. If you look in here, they also put out a lot. Yeah, like I said, tremendous amount of damage. 100% bonus to large energy turret damage. 5% bonus to ship capacity for a Mar battleship. This will be 5 for you to even fly this ship. Oh, we didn't even look at that with battlecruisers. Give me a second and I'll continue ranting over the Paladin. Alright, the Martyr's bonus, you get 7.5% bonus to armor repair amount per level. If you get this up to 5, that's a big bonus that your armor reps are repairing you that much more each cycle. They also get another bonus to large energy turret damage on top of the 100% bonus damage they get for being this ship. They also get a bonus to track beams, range, velocity, micro jump dive, reactivation delay is reduced, and the Bastion mode, which really gets entertaining. If we take a further look at Martyrs, we will look into some of the more specifics about this. Anywho, we're going to go back quickly to the battlecruisers and see what it takes to train up to them. Those are standards. I want the command ships. Alright, we're going to look at Damnation. That is mastery requirements, 102 days. You're looking at in excess of 3 months, 3.5, maybe even closer to 4, to be able to fly one of these ships. Because it is all these, this is a very specific ship. It is, like I said, it's used for small gang and fleets. This isn't something I'd say necessarily go for it unless you are planning to lead some of these fleets. And oh, I'd love to lead some of these fleets. Because some of us really have that drive for that, but not everyone does. So, if that's something you want to do, I mean, you don't have to be the booster ship in order to FC. You can be any almost any ship. You pretty much have to be on the field so you can see what's happening. But this is something that you can train for. This is a niche that you want to fill, being the booster. Then go for it. This is how it's going to take you a little bit. And a lot of these skills here are only relevant to the boosters, fleet boosters, or wing or squad boosters for all those. But these skills are only relevant to that. Otherwise, you get Spaceship Command 5, just like the other ones. A more battlecruiser to 5, which takes about 5 weeks, is what it looks like. Yeah, it takes a while. And all the rest of these, I mean, these are all going to be a week and a half a piece getting to 5, getting all of these. And Leadership to 5 is only, a week, a little under a week. Anywho, and the command ship skill, 64 million ISK. Well, you're paying for a 250 million ISK ship. Anywho, that's for the battle cruisers. We're going back to the Martyrs. What does it take to fly a Martyr? 112 days to be able to sit in it, like I said. You don't have guns. You don't have armor capabilities. You don't have your capacitor built up. You need all those things as well. And the mastery, which will help you with all of these things, it gives you an idea of what generally what these ships are used for. Some things you can forget. If you're only using your Martyr for high sec or just mission running or something like that, you might not want to focus on tackling. I just happen to have some minor tackling skills, but if you get to like 3 or something like that and it says like, oh, you need propulsion jamming in order to be proficient in flying this ship. Well, if you have everything else and all you need is like this one skill to be like to level 3, then you might as well get it because then your mastery level goes higher. No bonus from the master level going higher, but then you can say, woo, my master level is 3 on here. Yeah. So there are some things you might not need. Most of the other things in here, if you were doing that, you would need it. I mean, maybe not radar sensor compensation. It depends on what kind of sights and stuff you're running, whether the rats are trying to jam you out or not. If they are, you're going to need that. As far as armor tanking, yes, you're going to need that. Navigation, it's convenient, works well. Course of operation, core weapon fitting, large energy turrets, your damage, your scout drones, your damage as well. There are reasons for these being on here, and they will help you fly this ship. And getting the high level mastery is going to take years on almost any ship. I did look at a little frigate. Standard frigate. Let's go to Mars standard frigate. Little crucifier. Yeah. Little crucifier. Mastery 5. Just over a year. It's 5ing skills is what you're looking at. And 5ing skills takes a long time. So, like I said, Paladin, you're looking at a while to be able to fly one of these things. The weapon upgrades, advanced weapon upgrades to 5, I'm sure is a big chunk of that. Our battleship to 5 is the biggest chunk of that. We don't have Mar Battlecruiser 3 yet. We just got Mar Battlecruiser. I went and bought a whole bunch of skills, and to help get our mastery level up, so we can improve our damage, we can improve our tank, we can improve our speed and our targeting capabilities. So we're not just having 2 targets whenever we run around missioning. We did that. We'll talk about that in our next episode. What skills to help focus your income with as far as missioning. We'll also be talking about salvaging at some point in time. Anywho, we got Spaceship Command 5 as a requirement, Energy Grid Upgrades 5, Martyrs. Let's see how expensive this skill is. 64 million ISK. I thought it'd be higher. Oh well. Anywho, you can go through all the different Martyrs in game and see the golems, bonuses. You guys can also just pause the video if you guys want to see these bonuses going in to where these different ships excel at. So, those are Martyrs. And I've heard plenty of stories of people in Martyrs. A small group gang will jump on one and they'll sit there and they'll be attacking it and trying to kill it, and the rats are shooting at it too, and the guy on the Martyr just sits there and laughs for like 2 minutes and then just warps away, or he just they log off, because after a certain specified period of time, I want to say 15 minutes, the ship will simply disappear. So they can sit there and shoot the ship and they can't kill it in 15 minutes, so the guy's logged off and the ship just disappears before it dies. And he saved his ship. That's one technique for saving your a better tanked ship. Anywho, we're gonna move on to Black Ops. These are also expensive. Not as expensive, but still expensive. 770 mil. We're looking 814, 874, 767. We have to actually go view details to see the right number. Yeah, 770. We're looking at 800 million ISK. Looking as far as the Redeemer. We'll go back to groups here. 10% reduction, large energy activation, ready to fire. These have a very specific focus, more or less. They're the only ship that can fit the covert jump portal generator. They can't fit the covert op cloak, but they do get bonuses for using regular cloaking devices for their speed. And the cloak reactivation delays. You can recloak in 5 seconds. There's no targeting delay after the decloak, after you break your cloak. But the big thing they can do, I mean, the covert signal generator, field generator, the covert ops, the force recons can all use the covert signal field generator, and they can light a covert signal which you can't see in your overview. You don't know it's there if you're in the same system. A regular signal you do. It'll say cyanosyral field is up there, and you're like, oh no, someone's jumping capital ships in. Cool. It's probably someone moving their freight around. But it could be 1,000 people jumping in trying to kill everybody. You never know. Until you go investigate, and you might get killed doing that. So, don't blame me. Anywho, covert signal field, you won't see it. People can warp to a safe spot or planet or wherever they want to, and they can light one of these things. And you can physically see it if you're on grid, but you're not going to see it in your overview. So they can light one of those, and a Black Ops ship in another system can open a jump portal to that Sino that you can't see, and they can jump in ships that are capable of sorry, not necessarily cloaking, fitting a covert ops cloaking device. I'm not sure if you have to have one on and enabled in order to use that, but they can jump those in. So you could have a whole bunch of stealth bombers or force recons or black ops dropping you, and you wouldn't know they were there until they were jumped into a system. You saw them in the local. And then it would be a matter of time before you could run away. You'd notice like what ships they're in when they jump up on you and try to kill you. And in all realistically, if they're actually jumping you, they're probably going to succeed in killing you. People are usually very opportunistic on this game. If they can kill you, they will try. If they believe they can kill you without dying, or sometimes they don't even care if they die. Example, suicide ganking and high sec. If they believe they can do it, they'll try it, and if they believe that they can do it, there's a chance that they probably will kill you. So, null sec is a dangerous place. Low sec is a dangerous place. High sec is still a dangerous place. You are not safe anywhere in EVE. The safest place you could possibly be is in a high sec station. To my knowledge, they cannot be destroyed. Please do someone set up a ginormous fleet and suicide gank a station and see if you can destroy it. That sounds absolutely hilarious. Though it would be a bunch of people in battleships with guns, because you get popped by Concord so fast. That would take forever and be a ridiculous amount of money. Anywho, or you could do it in noob ships. This is an idea, guys. Someone please put this together. Alright, so we're looking at 700-800 million-isk for a Black Ops. They do that specific function. They're very good at it. They're still capable of putting out damage. You can see they still get the large energy turret, activation and rate of fire, tracking speed. If you go down to the Caldari, the Widow gets heavy missiles, cruise missiles, and ECM target jammer strength. 125% bonus to ship max velocity when using cloaking devices. Yeah, these things move. The thing is still a drone boat. Follows the dummies. Lead as being a drone boat, and 5% bonus to ship inertia modifier. Cool. So it's a little more maneuverable. Its drones they're harder to kill, and they do better at killing things. I guess a little better with damage. These can still kill you. They're still battleships. It's just they get this extra special bonus, and the reason they really aren't flown around much, unless like they're trying to drop a larger ship, that they would need Black Ops coming instead of just bombers or force recons. But usually a lot of times these just get used for their jump portal capability because they're very expensive ships. So someone will sit in a pos, and a bunch of like little bombers will sit around them, and they'll just hang out, or like they'll get right outside the pos. I don't think you have to get outside the pos in order to jump things. Maybe not. Anywho, so they'll just sit there and wait, and then someone will find someone to kill, and they'll light a covert sign on that system, and they'll jump them to it, and then they'll go kill that person. And all the systems in between would normally, for normal people, you'd have to fly through those systems. That, or you'd have to have a regular sino field and something that's jump capable, such as a capital ship. So, exempting the Orca, even though it's kind of like a capital ship, it's not a capital ship. Anywho, so that is the battlecruisers and battleships advanced. We're going to have a look into capital ships eventually. We'll also be looking into some industrial ships and mining barges for those more industrial-minded persons. We are hoping to, at some point in time, we'll see how soon or not soon this happens, do another trial for Plex challenge, and I want you guys to say what you guys think we should try. I want to try something very focused. on something. Probably a little more brief in the updates, a little less learning going on. But I was looking at doing like a mining version, like you're just like mining and manufacturing. I mean, you do a little bit of missioning and stuff too, but it'll primarily be manufacturing. You got other ones where you can just go out straight up and salvage the whole time. This one was really kind of a mix-up. I could try and see how straight missioning goes. Like I said, it's the chances of you succeeding on a trial to plex challenge is how much time can you jump into it? How much do you know going into it? And how much can you learn? And the biggest thing is time. How much time can you put into it? I'm not talking like, oh, I could put in a half hour to an hour a day. I'm talking like 4 or 5, 6 hours a day that you might be able to make this challenge. And there are better ways than not for making ISK. There are more risky ways than not to making ISK. So we will see what happens. Missioning is a very safe way to do it. Salvaging is not necessarily a very safe way to do it. Missioning, it would be like this: you have to mission for this many hours and be decent at it, and you'd make this much money. And you just like this many hours a day, you'd have to make this much money. Mining's got a little better recently, but that's like even safer. I mean, it's safer as in you can get the ISK if you dump this much time into it, but it's a ridiculous amount of time. Or you can go to a little more risky things that you might not be guaranteed, like the salvaging, the faction warfare plexing, things like that, where you're gonna have to deal with other people, and you might go on and play for 3 hours and make like 3 million ISK. Or other days you can go on for like an hour and make like 50, 60 million ISK, and it'd just be nuts. Or you could find some random faction drop, and all of a sudden you're sitting on 300 million ISK. You're just like, woo, that was like 15 minutes. That's awesome. That can happen. Very rare, but it can happen. So, low risk versus high risk, that's where you got to go. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and you guys stick around. We're going to post some more videos up through the week, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.